really?
It compels this painful, agonizing reevaluation of every memory, every shared moment, every family story through this new distorting lens of deception. The emotional landscape shifts from terror
To
to
loss, confusion, betrayal.
all the above. Deep, burning loss, confusion, profound betrayal. It's like finding out your house. The foundations were built on sand. Or worse, built using someone else's blueprints entirely.
Your sense of self is just unmoored.
Because so much of who we are is constructed from that personal history, that family narrative. When it shatters, you have to try and rebuild from the fragments. A painful, often isolating process.
And he didn't just say it, he had proof.
Tangible evidence.
Yeah. The private investigator, after dropping that bombshell, handed me a file.
Oh, wow.
Not just words, cold, hard proof. Inside were documents, adoption papers, medical records.
Official documents. Undeniable.
Undeniable. Proof that the woman I called mom wasn't my biological mother. It hits with this crushing force. The clinical details in those papers just confirm it.
Leaving no room for doubt.
But leaving this gaping wound where trust and certainty used to be, the story wasn't just about a stalker. It was about this huge secret, meticulously kept, redefining everything.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the act of holding back such a significant, fundamental piece of personal history,
Even with good intentions.
even with what are perceived as good intentions, yes, it can often feel like the ultimate betrayal of trust. The weight of that information, especially about parentage, is immense.
This is foundational.
It is. And while adoptive parents often act out of immense love, wanting to protect their child from pain or complexity, the omission itself creates this incredibly complex ethical dilemma.
The long-term impact.
It can be profound feelings of anger, confusion, resentment, a questioning of all past relationships. The narrator's realization, the person I trusted most had hidden the biggest truth of my life.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
A deep, lacerating wound.
And the fabric of trust, of self-identity, it's not just a secret reveal, it's a lifetime of assumed truth, completely demolished.
And the layers just kept coming. It wasn't just one secret. It was this whole complex, painful web.
More revelations.
Yeah. It turns out the narrator's real mother had disappeared years ago, adding this whole other layer of mystery and loss.
Wow. So not just adoption, but a missing biological parent.
Right. But here's where it gets even more.
Yeah.
Intricately painful.
Yeah.
And my best friend Jenna, she knew. Her family had known.
No. The friend who said she was paranoid.
The very same friend who told her not to freak out. She wasn't just ignorant, she was complicit in this massive, life-altering secret.
That is gut-wrenching. Betrayal on multiple fronts.
From a parent, from the person you confided in, from an entire extended social circle, maybe?
And this is, unfortunately, a profoundly difficult and often common element in these situations. It highlights the intricate dynamics of a collective secret.
Where multiple people know.
Yes. Multiple individuals, including a close friend, are complicit. And it raises complex questions about that collective decision-making, usually in the name of protection.
But is it protection?
Well, that's the devastating paradox, isn't it?
Ah.
While the intention might genuinely be to protect the narrator from a difficult truth, the impact is often profound feelings of betrayal, isolation, and a shattering of fundamental trust.
Those closest, wanting to shield her.
Ultimately caused much deeper emotional wounds by denying her access to her own history, her own origins. It forces this radical reevaluation of what protection really means and at what cost it comes.
And the burden on those keeping the secret, too.
Absolutely. The complex moral calculations they make, the weight they carry.
God, I can't imagine finding that out. Your best friend, the person you tell everything to, knew this life-altering thing about you the whole time.
How would that reshape your understanding of loyalty, of truth?
Everything. The person you thought you could rely on for honesty has been part of this deception, this silent conspiracy.
It complicates every shared memory, doesn't it?
Every moment of intimacy, every comfort offered, it just poisons the present relationship. It's not just a secret about your past, it's a secret that infects your present.
A profound and painful scar on the meaning of friendship itself.
And yet, in all this devastation, this complex web of betrayal, the source of the initial terror, the private investigator, his role gets completely reframed.
He wasn't the villain after all.
No. As the narrator eventually came to understand, he was the bridge to the truth I'd been denied.
Wow. From persecutor to liberator of truth.
It's an incredible shift in perspective, isn't it? Moving from acute fear and suspicion to this profound understanding of his purpose.
The journey from hunter to guide. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
And what's truly fascinating here is the deep irony, the complexity of how sometimes the catalyst for profound personal truth comes from the most unexpected source. Someone you initially saw as the biggest threat.
The shadow follower.
Initially, the embodiment of terror becomes the instrument of clarity, bringing light to that hidden past. It really challenges our preconceived notions of heroes and villains.
True intent versus initial perception.
Exactly. And the PI's stated mission, you said, to watch over you, to make sure you're safe. And his belief that the narrator deserved to know the truth.
It recontextualizes everything he did, the following, the fear he caused.
Into an act of profound, albeit highly unconventional care. A moral imperative, perhaps, in his view. It's a testament to the idea that truth, however it arrives, often carries its own validation.
So the emotional aftermath, obviously immense, a torrent of grief, shock.
Understandably.
I cried that night, the narrator says, for the life I thought I had, for the lies I never asked for.
A necessary grieving process, mourning the loss of that assumed reality.
Yeah. But through that raw pain, this powerful, almost paradoxical realization started to emerge.
What was that?
But here's the thing. Sometimes fear leads to answers. Sometimes the darkest shadows reveal the brightest truths.
That's a profound duality.
It really is a testament to the unexpected, often difficult paths to enlightenment, to self-discovery.
In this duality, where intense discomfort or fear acts as a catalyst for growth, for a deeper understanding of reality, that's a recurring theme in human experience, isn't it?
It does seem so.
It forces a confrontation with what's real, stripping away comfortable illusions, however well-intentioned they might have been.
And the narrator articulated this complex paradox. I realize that even though secrets can break trust, they can also protect love.
Ah, that's the core dilemma.
Right, it raises this huge, difficult question for all of us. How do we weigh that perceived act of protection through secrecy against someone's fundamental right to know their own truth, their own story?
And how does that ethical tightrope walk shape our definition of love, of trust, of responsibility within our closest relationships?
There are no easy answers.
Rarely, especially when fundamental truths about identity and family are involved. This story just perfectly encapsulates that difficult reconciliation between intention and devastating impact.
So where does that leave the narrator? How do you move forward from that?
With difficulty, but often with transformation.
Yeah. There's this sense of ultimate acceptance and a newfound agency. It's summarized so perfectly in her own words. And while I'll never see my family the same way again, I'm grateful the truth finally came out.
Gratitude, even amidst the pain.
Because now I can choose who I want to be.
That's incredibly powerful. Reclaiming personal power. Self-determination after such a tumultuous, disorienting journey.
The past is redefined irrevocably, but the future.
For the first time, truly feels like it belongs to them. Not to the secrets that once bound them. It's a profound testament to resilience, isn't it? The human spirit's capacity to integrate even the most shattering truths.
Absolutely.
And this is really the critical point of empowerment, I think. For anyone facing that kind of seismic shift, what does it truly mean to choose who you want to be when a fundamental part of your past, your origins, is irrevocably altered?
It speaks to resilience.
Extraordinary resilience. The capacity to integrate these profoundly unsettling truths and courageously forge a new path forward. It's about taking ownership of a narrative that was hidden from you.
Moving from being defined by a secret.
To defining yourself by your authentic truth. And so for you, our listener, how do you navigate the truths, both comforting and unsettling, that shape your own story?
How do we integrate those moments of painful clarity?
What lessons do they hold for our understanding of identity, trust, and that profound, undeniable power of self-determination? This story is a stark reminder, isn't it, that sometimes what feels like an absolute nightmare,
It's just the harrowing but necessary beginning.
the beginning of understanding your true, unvarnished self.